Hey, hey.
Hey Daniel, what's up? What's up?
Oh, not much. Just ready to scold my student. No, just kidding.
Yes, go ahead, scold. I only got 3 games in to answer your question. I only got 3 games in. It was incredibly busy the last 3 weeks.
Oh, I know the
Finally, the
feeling.
class ended, so I have a lot more free time now.
Oh, awesome. That's good to hear. So
hmm
we'll get 3 games for next week, I bet. Yes.
Maybe more. Maybe more.
Ooh,
hmm
the more the
Gotta gotta
merrier.
gotta gotta catch up. So yeah, last 3 weeks was just hell. So
Oof.
yep. hmm
All right. Well, I wasn't able to really compose a lesson because so you had 3 games, but one of them was a bot game.
Yes.
Um, and it was an ELO test bot. So
Yep.
like I said, there's not enough data to really be like, oh, this is your overarching problem. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we're just gonna do some game reviews tonight, if that's okay with you.
That's all right.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get you a link to the first one. And the first game didn't even last very long.
No, this was actually a really weird game. So I believe I played this a couple days ago, but I was playing up against this guy. He took his time to make moves, which kind of intimidated me in a way.
Mm-hmm.
One, I saw his ranking; he was 11K, so I figured that he might be taking his time, whereas I usually rush things. And so I was like, "Oh shoot!" And so it kind of psychologically had an impact on how I was playing. But at the end, he just left the computer and
Oh, jeez.
timed out. So yeah. So I don't know.
Oh, did I complain that people opponents using their time to think I was complaining about that? Oh yeah, of course I did not complain about that during Ego League. Nobody ran out their 45 minutes.
mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what happened. We're black
Mm-hmm.
and okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ugh, I don't like white's move.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play normal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
He
Okay, good.
extended, so I reduced.
Yeah, so you took away the enclosure,
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave you enough room for a two-space space, so you took it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so now here, I briefly looked over all of these games. Let's see what you did. Okay, you took the big move. I think that's fairly appropriate. I would be strongly inclined to start leaning on this in this area.
Now, would
So,
I lean on it right away just to add pressure, or should I take the enclosure, the big points first, and then lean on it?
my personal preference is to lean on it first.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, white should have played c4 first and kicked. So potentially you have some problems in this lower left side because you only have a two-space base, and like Paragirl pointed out, that white can kick you,
Mm,
and make you extra heavy. So I'd be really inclined to lean on this and then maybe Tanuki to the big place at this point in the game.
mm, okay.
But taking the big point is fine. This is a little more subtle. Hey, Bays underscore. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're just taking all the big points. It's playable. I didn't agree with your move here. This attach is not not very good.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be very good? I was reading it, I was like, okay, well if he attached to me, then I can still defend and get like my little territory over there. At
Right,
least
right.
that's what I was reading.
So
Is it
this has
mhm,
a lot to do with whenever you attach, you make your opponent stronger.
stronger?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what I'm looking at farther down the line is you have invasion points in this area, and then you have a big invasion point here. And that the second invasion point at M3 disappears all the way if you attach to it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah. So
Toss.
plus,
Okay.
so in addition, you have a huge space that white can play in
Mhm.
a little later over here.
Okay.
So my inclination would really be uh to just back off with a knight's move here.
Really?
Yeah. If white slides, you don't really care that much because like I said, you still
Mm,
have this invasion point and you still have these these kind of points of interest in this area.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the M3 invasion. I was gonna use that later, but why wouldn't Q3 work for me? So I was debating between P3 and Q3. I went with the P3, obviously, but why wouldn't Q3 be a good
You
move?
can play Q3, so let's back that up. Oh, not that far back, Daniel. Okay. So you're thinking play Q3 now. So
Mm-hmm.
if I were your opponent, I would probably just jump up then and threaten to come into the right side while protecting my weakness at the M3
Mm,
right away.
okay.
And I suppose they can do this in the other variation if we play this way. But
Mm-hmm.
let's say they jump up now. Now you've already protected the right-hand side and there's really nothing
They can
nothing
do
more to
about
do. You can completely
it.
Tanuki this position now.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
So that's kind of my thought process.
Okay.
P4 or Q3 is what Paragirl would consider.
Okay.
Oh, so the
Okay.
shoulder hit instead? Yeah. Q3 is fine, like just to protect the corner.
So P4, if I did a shoulder hit because I have a stone on the Q10 position, is that why P4 works? Because if he undercuts me, then I can just back off and go back to my stone, right?
Right, right. So this is kind of the same idea. You'll just back up here.
Okay.
And if they play the peep, you just connect. Then they have to connect and you're still pretty golden.
Mm-hmm.
So that shoulder hit is okay, but again, it does kind of remove the Aji in this area here,
Mm.
which is why I'm reluctant to recommend it. Okay, but we attached, and opponent played something really, really funky. So you Hanade, which is appropriate, and extended. That's okay. This turned out okay for you, but I would expect white to come on, right tool. I would expect white to Hane here.
Well, if Ihan is there, then I would just play B2, right?
Yep.
Or B3. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more mentioning that you got more than you should have. And then that was the end of the game. That was the timeout. So yeah, there's almost nothing to review here.
Yeah.
And AI has you up by like 6 or 7 points, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, yeah. So pretty well, I would say just some slight direction stuff, but nothing like that wrecked your game at all. The points balance is still fairly even.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Uh, let's move on to the next one. The next one was the bot game. Okay, let's review that.
So the bot game, I just want to know if my opening and beginning mid game is good. I know towards the end I was distracted, like answering phone calls and everything, and I kind of lost track. And so
Okay.
that's why I say the towards the end I just went downhill because I was really just not focused. So I mean, you can
Hmm.
criticize my my end game too if you want. Go ahead by all means, but
Well,
oops.
let's take it as it goes and see what happened.
Hmm.
We are white in this game, and we're playing the Elo test bot.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's a bot.
Hmm.
Approach. They attach. Oh wait. We are white. I keep forgetting we're white in this game. Okay. So as white, um, I definitely recommend not doing the 3/4 facing your opponent's black stone. If you want to do a 3/4, I would recommend this one, or a 4/4 is a little more balanced.
Okay.
And we get into that here with black immediately approaching you. And this is really good spacing for black between their 4/4 stone, their extension, and then the triangle stones. And this is why we don't generally do the 3/4 facing our opponent's 4/4 stone as white.
See. Okay.
It's a little too easy for black.
Okay.
Approach is, I think that's appropriate. Although, sorry, every little thing. So they took an extension at that square stone, right? In the middle.
So I need to reduce their enclosure at the
You need to
R6. Yeah.
remove their enclosure. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. At the very least.
Okay.
Or in this particular case, I would recommend playing a little farther away.
Okay. Now, why
And there,
farther? Aren't they far enough?
no.
Uh,
So what you would expect is for them to pincer,
yeah.
and then when you 3-3, they're gonna block in the direction of their extension.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is really, really good for black.
Oh.
So you gotta think out the results of a Joseki play as
Okay.
you approach. That's kind of the next level to go.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why they're far less likely to pincer you in this position here. And if they do, then you can slide for your base.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Paragorilla is right as well. If you play here, they can actually just attach to you as well. And this Joseki results in a very similar result. We'll do this one. It's still very, very easy for black.
Huh.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, you still want to
Study the Josekis. Got
yeah.
it.
Well, it's more about like, so the next level for you, now that you know some Joseki, is visualizing the result of that Joseki and seeing how it works with the rest of your board. One thing to point out is all of those moves work as long as it fits your game plan. More of a personal preference. That's fair, Steven. Oh, some people like 017 is a nice, safe, and patient move. That's fair. That's fair, Vayner. Um, I feel like it's a little too easy on black if black takes the enclosure now. Down with Joseki for your mind. That's fun.
That's what my first game was all about.
So I completely disagree with this 3-3 here.
Now, why? Why? Oh, should I just extend out because they defended, right? So I should just extend out, create a base at the L17.
Yeah, I mean the simplest Joseki is this, right?
Mm.
After they do the Knight's Move enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And if you're looking to play fast, you're gonna want to play something like this.
Okay.
When they do a Knight's Move enclosure, the 3-3 is um it's questionable.
Okay.
I'm not You might be able to live here. And in fact you did live here, but it's a little painful for you. But they made a huge mistake here actually.
They did.
After you played here, um yeah, they had to protect and they
Yeah.
did not.
Nope.
And in fact, I feel like you should have played this one. Although
Really?
I
Oh.
understand that you want to save the two stones,
Oh,
but
I can see it.
you're actually capturing more this way.
Oh, I just see it. Oh, damn. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was trying to capture that. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you played that way and they connected their larger group, which makes sense. But you got to
Yeah.
connect your two stones, and so sure, winning.
Yeah.
Um
Oh my
and I'm
god.
not certain your upper right corner is alive at this point. If black plays here and we play there. Yeah. Uh
Hmm.
your upper right corner is dead
Okay.
this way.
No? How's that
Yes?
dead? Is it
How is
dead?
it how is it not dead? Where would you
Oh,
play
oh,
as
sorry,
white?
sorry, sorry. I was looking at T18 and I thought that they had to defend playing at T16 and then I play at S19 to create two eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Paragirl is like, yes, black can just play S19.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Yep. Or black can play here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that is also dead. Very dead.
Mm.
Hmm. We jumped. Okay. All right. That's not usually how this one goes, but let's see if we live. Hmm.
That was a dumb move on my part, I think.
Yeah, dumb move on their part too, though. Oh, it's Seki. Wild. Okay, so generally the jump out Joseki, let's just usually is something like a slide here,
Mm-hmm.
and then something like this. But in this case, you have no great options after the pincer now, since
Mm-hmm.
black has a wall in the upper right. Well, maybe you do. Uh, maybe just take the 3/3 on this one
Mm-hmm.
after the pincer.
Okay.
Yeah, Vayner, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of jumping out here in particular. Now, if this pincer was one space high, then I would be like, heck yeah, jump out. Oops, sorry, not that one.
Mm.
Because now you probably have a base, and then black's one stone is kind of floating.
Mm.
But yeah, in general, either double approach or 3/3 is preferred to jumping out.
Okay.
So in this case, so in the actual game, a double approach might look like this.
And then they have to defend a 3-3, right?
No, not necessarily. What ends up happening in general is that you take the 3/3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep,
And
yep.
find the time to play S19, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's some things to think about here.
Okay.
So you took the 3/3, and we managed to live at least in Seki. So huzzah. And then some things happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is maybe where you started getting distracted and rushed. Was
In a
it?
bit, yes, around move 70.
Oh, round moves. Yeah, so this is around where.
Yeah.
So, um, I would start thinking about, because this group doesn't have any eyes or a base yet, right?
Well, that's yes.
So I would really start thinking about trying to surround it.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to worry about your upper right corner, which is currently locally dead. So,
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe even just take the forcing move here,
Mm-hmm.
and if they connect, then
Jump
live in
out.
the corner.
Oh.
And if they jump, that's when I would be like, okay, we'll jump out. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just live in the corner first. Yes.
Just live in the corner. Oh, you guys are gonna hate my next game. Okay.
Okay, let's see what. Oh, no. Stop attaching to things.
Sorry.
Just because your opponent plays there doesn't mean you have to play right next to it. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
I was trying to build a wall. I was getting greedy. Okay, okay.
Kicking is okay, kind of. Just take your enclosure. It's fine.
Okay. A wall to the corner. That's what I was trying to get, is a
So they
wall to
stood
the
up.
corner.
That makes them a little more concentrated. So okay, I'm okay with that. Did we take our enclosure after? Okay, okay. It's not so maddening, but yeah, it's not the worst thing you could have played. Oh, oh, oh. Did we go over this? Was it you and I that went over this? If they're
Yeah, yeah,
pushing
yeah.
from
Yeah.
behind, let
You
them.
keep moving. Yeah.
So let them, let them, let them, and now you're connected.
Mm. The I-14.
Oh yeah,
Did I do
you gotta extend. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The L14, yeah, the cut is is surprising a little bit.
Mm.
It's not like it kind of works. It was not a cut, no, not yet. But yeah, you have to keep extending if you want it to be anything. Because now we're in dire straits here. You have
Mm.
two very weak groups. Well, one very dead group now. Um,
Yeah, I tried to
yeah,
protect it. Yeah.
this is this is
Not
where
Yep,
yep.
yep.
Yeah, so this is where like
I lost the game.
I would say so. I think you lost the theme of the game as well.
Yeah.
So, at this point in the evaluation, let's see, did they play a Sente move? They did not. So at this point, maybe even AI says that, you're behind or whatever. But we got to look at where is our potential, where's our opponent's potential, and then where do the weak groups live. So as we've discussed over and over again, this group is weak and probably needs an extra move.
Mhm,
And then you have this group that's kind of weak
mhm,
as it's not locally alive,
mhm,
but you're settled pretty much everywhere else. Oh, and we have one more weak group here, but that might just be a sack, right? Because
mhm,
it's only 3 stones, we don't care about it.
mhm,
And then where does black have weak groups? This group is weak after you fix the upper right corner,
mhm,
and then this stone that they just played is kind of weak.
mhm,
And then where do the potentials live? So black has some potential here,
mhm,
black has some potential over here, and black has a lot of potential down there.
mhm,
And white just has maybe this much and maybe this much. But the rest not so much.
mhm,
So now we know where the potential is and we know where the weak groups are. The game is certainly workable for white as it stands, yes. But we have to make this is kind of a key point in the game where you have Sente and you have to evaluate like how are you going to deal with your weak groups and expand your potential while reducing your opponent's potential.
mm,
Um, and so if we look at where black's potential is as well as their weak groups, then we begin to identify the right-hand side as probably the most valuable area for white to enter in the game. Does that make sense?
yes,
So fixing the up, so that means even though it's Gote, probably fixing here is the most valuable place you can play right now.
mm,
Followed by if black Tanukis and plays another Gote move, followed by pushing down here.
mm.
Hmm. They're looking at 013. Yeah, yep. That's kind of what we're talking about. N6, Nancy 6
So
would be
just
the other
keep
option to start bringing those out. Yeah,
mm,
those are looking pretty valuable as well. So what I'm kind of looking at is these weak stones have enough Aji that playing in this kind of area is
mhm,
effective. Maybe K6 into N6. Yeah, something like that. We could start to reduce the lower side as well. But I think with the weak groups in the upper right area, that's probably the most valuable area of the board to play right now because all of the groups are weak, both black and white. So if you can reinforce your group and make some extra eye shape, I think you'll be better off. And I think that's kind of your intuition was like, let's make something happen over here.
mhm,
So I think you kind of had your eye on a prize there. But yeah, the other guys are right that black's area of largest potential is on the bottom. So
mm.
reducing that is also very big.
Okay.
But I'm trying to encourage you to fix your weak groups while attacking in the upper right. But yeah, this was a campaign that just this one broke you.
Yeah.
No worries. It's learning experience.
The next
That's
one pissed me off. I thought it was a really great game, but it pissed me off
yeah,
so
we
much.
don't need to cover this one anymore.
Yeah. You can see it was just downhill from there, so
Yeah, very much so. It's total
yeah.
collapse for white.
Yep.
All right, next one versus love music, right?
Yep. This one was fun. This one was super fun. I was pissed. I was
You are
pissed.
upset that you lost? Oh,
I was so upset I lost. I thought I was ahead and I knew I was ahead the whole time. Anyways.
all right,
Ah,
here we go. Let's look at this and see what happens.
yep.
All right, we are black facing a love music who is 11Q.
Yep.
Okay, great. I love the approach, and the back off is perfect. Ooh, gross. Hane is good, but okay. So,
I wasn't sure
uh,
if I should go on the outside or the inside.
mm-hmm. So remember that the first line is the line of death. The second line is the line of defeat. So we try not to play the second line if we don't have to. And forcing our opponent to the line of defeat is always good. So if you want to Hane, you should Hane on top.
Okay.
You
Well,
really
the
should Hane
reason
on top.
well the reason why I went downwards is because I was just thinking of territory. So if I played
Mm,
on the D10 position,
hmm
my next couple of reads that I would have seen or that was predicting that would happen was that he would play on the D9 position, right? And then, if I try to Atari him, he might extend or do
Oh,
a double Atari
yeah.
or something like that.
White
So,
should just do this,
mm,
and then you'll connect.
mm,
Yeah, there's more potential on top, so it's more important to surround on the top here.
mm,
If white crosscuts, you just extend.
okay,
So they might Atari you. You're totally fine with this.
okay,
Yeah, you're pretty much golden here.
okay,
Crosscut is not so good for white.
okay. Hmm. When is crosscut a good thing?
Um,
Because
so
I know I've seen some games with crosscuts, and I just never understood when a useful tactic would
right.
be to crosscut.
So let's say you've Haned. No, let's put some extra moves on the board here. And white does this attach and is just trying to give you like a reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oop. Where'd they go? These ones? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
And you Hane here, and oop, my bad. Let me get this to work right. There we go. No, no, no. There we go. So they might crosscut here just to make something happen
Mm-hmm.
and reduce you.
Mm-hmm.
Vayner's kind of right. Crosscutting is when you want to fight and are confident you can win. So it's all about the local situation. Generally, crosscutting is used for when you need to make it a little bit more complicated, and then um, you're just trying to reduce your opponent.
Okay.
Yep, yep, and just run away at the end
Okay.
of your reduction. But yeah, on top's a little bit better there. We approached, they ignored us, and they approached. Okay, the pincer's okay. That's a strange move from white. Yep, so this is one of the few cases where you actually should attach. Um,
Great. Thanks for confusing me. Anyways, okay.
yeah,
I
this
I
is just
couldn't tell if I should do the surround by doing the knight's move because the knight's move is not for attacking; it's for surrounding, or
yeah,
that's what I'm told. And then
you're
never
right, yep,
attach, So I was
that's good.
conflicted. Yeah.
Yeah, so the only way about this does leave an elephant's eye, which white can just escape through very easily. So that's the only reason you might attach here instead.
Okay.
Yeah, blocking the 3/3, like Paragrill said, is also an option.
Okay.
Every rule has exceptions, that's true. So, and this is up to your reading too. Like, you can't use a heuristic for every single thing you play, right?
Okay.
You can't shortcut your reading in every possible way. In this case, black Hanes and crosscuts, you just kind of have to be confident that this works out for you to a degree. And white might get something like this.
But
And
then
we're
white
okay with the
steals
outside. Yeah.
okay.
White doesn't steal the corner. White is sealed into the corner.
Oh.
And that's an important, maybe that's a concept we need to talk about a little bit.
Okay.
Because that might be missing. It's kind of the same as the left-hand side where you're taking the territory, but you're giving white the outside.
Mm.
When if you hunt it on top, you have potential, right? So
Mhm.
potential is where the middle game comes in, because the biggest place you can expand is towards the center.
Mm.
So if you're sealing white into an entire corner, then you have potential on both sides, and that's might be more valuable than the
Mm.
corner that they've taken.
Okay.
Yep, yep. But yeah, this went predictably, I'd say. After that, yeah, this is all fine. This is still very playable for.
I learned now. I learned now. The look on your face, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill this guy."
No, no, it's just so in my fighting spirit heart, okay? The one who just loves to make a mess of my
Mm.
opponent's position. Um this spot right here, the square spot at C13 is like we want to preserve that to really ruin White's day, if
Okay.
we can. So that's my thought process. So the kick is fine. You're making them heavier, and you still get points. Um, why not kick in this case though? You get an extension on the top. Yeah, it's okay. But I don't know. I just don't like it.
Fair enough. Alright.
Yeah, the kick makes black flat. That's also true. Um, and to be honest, like if you were to play something like a knight's move, you would expect way to attach,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So, you know, that Aji kind of disappears anyway, to an extent.
Mm.
And yeah, you can actually play up here is okay.
Mhm.
It's just my fighting spirit heart that likes to make messes is like, no, don't kick. You'll never be able to use that for a bamboozle later. Okay. I Let's see what happens with this cap. Okay. Not what I expected. Um yeah, I like that you're keeping your opponent separated. I would be inclined to connect my stones together here and make white jump away and then take your double approach. But okay. This might be fun in the future. Oh, Yeah, this is okay. Especially for 12Q, this is really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, this is all fine. Yeah.
So I'm trying to do a lot of surrounding moves right now with
Yeah,
those knights move.
I would be inclined to Hane in return here.
Okay. E6 and then O9.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about.
J3. What's J3? Oh,
Yeah, J3. J3 was good timing. Yes. So your extension along the bottom, very good. So yeah, you're doing a lot of things that really well, Indy.
thank you. And this was a Byoyomi type game, so
Hmm.
I think towards this point of the game, I would say I'm about 2 minutes left on the timer. So I spent a while thinking, and I think I'm burning my thinking time too fast.
Yeah.
So,
Score
hmm
randomizer is giving you a 6 point lead at this point. Who
hmm
knows if it's accurate, but yeah, this game does feel pretty even. Yeah, I think all of that is fine. Oh, bad shape.
yep, just jump. Yeah.
Don't make the empty triangle.
Mm,
And also don't push from behind.
mm,
And you did both here.
mm.
Okay, go ahead and strengthen your shape with this forcing move first.
Oh, I see it. Okay, got it.
And then you might this cut doesn't really work. Never mind. Maybe later.
Mm.
But then you can maybe attach here as well. That might be a little gross actually. Hold on. Take this forcing move. Yeah, something like this might be okay. It's kind of small potatoes at this point though. So I would say, let's see, where are we at here? So that's a gote move for white. So yeah, let's say we make this exchange first, and now let's evaluate where the potential is and where the weak groups are. So Indy, it's your turn. Where is the potential for black?
Potential for black.
Hmm.
I wish I could draw. I'm not too sure.
Just give me a rough area.
Okay. A little bit on the bottom middle.
Yep. So like
Just a
here.
little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. A little bit in the middle itself with the 2 stones, 3 stones area, right in between those
Mm.
two.
So like this area here.
No. To the
Oh,
left. Yeah.
oh, this area over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, like that
Okay,
tiny space.
I'll go with that. I would say that's about it.
Yeah.
Um, and then for white.
White's a little wider because he has a stronger wall on the left-hand side, so it's probably gonna be approaching, yeah, even
Okay.
underneath the 2 stones on the north-hand side too, I
Hmm.
would say.
Well, that's yeah. We're not gonna call that potential.
Okay, not yet. Okay.
Potential expands out towards the middle. So
Okay. And I guess that's it.
nope, there's some over here for white as well.
Even though my black stones are in the way?
Yeah. So if we look at the move, say Mary 6, if white
Okay.
plays there, you're gonna have to extend, and then white's gonna extend, and they've made
Oh,
6 or 8 points there, right?
okay.
Yep.
Mm,
So now there's a clear overlap between two of your potentials, right?
mhm.
So that's why I would really consider
K7.
uh no. Mary 6.
Is that Mary 6?
Yeah, you want to play on the intersection between the two potentials to expand your potential and reduce your opponents.
Oh, my potential and their potential. Got it. I thought you meant
Yes.
both of my potential play where the
No.
overlap is. Okay. Okay.
You want to reduce your opponent
Okay.
while expanding your potential.
Okay.
So yeah,
L3?
that makes that kind of move probably the biggest.
Okay.
Stephen Lynn says B4 is mouthwatering. Yeah, that honey is looking really, really good too. So some of these are, yeah. So some of these are a little more sente. So like a lot of these is you can take this exchange, right? And you can take this exchange. And then you can even maybe even take this exchange if you really want to
Mhm.
play there if you have to. And then you're like, now that I've done my sentes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Careful with the
D.
D4. Yeah, I don't like the D4 because it does reduce that Aji. Yeah. So making that Atari is bad. I agree with you, Pear Girl. And then, but yeah, and even if you don't want to play the E6, then just expand up here is really the biggest area of the board.
Okay.
And probably followed by I don't know what white's gonna do. Are they gonna play here? If they're super defensive, they might play there, and you might get Aji again or Sente again to play wherever. You could even take your Sentes up here. Something like this. And then it's just all endgame from here, really.
Mm.
But yeah, pretty good. I would say you didn't make any major game losing mistakes, but I guess we have more game to look at, don't we? Um,
That cost me my games. Yes.
okay, so you can see kind of White following a few of these principles here. They're trying to take Sente. Um, you really didn't need to respond to A14, so
Okay.
you should take your Sente elsewhere.
Okay.
What did we play? So you kind of played in that area, yeah. Oh, so yeah, now they're playing to reduce you on the bottom right. Yeah, and you played a Dame point instead of points moves.
Mm.
So I think they got you an endgame here. Oh, yeah, expanding here is very large
Mm.
since they kind of ignored.
Yeah, my I was a little greedy. I was going after that central group right there, that the H5 group.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why I went downwards.
Oh, the H5 group?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
you can. Oh, that's
yeah.
optimistic.
Yeah.
A little optimistic there. Okay. Oh, yeah, very optimistic now.
Yep.
I don't. You got to stop doing this.
Yep.
This drop down to G1, two stones in a row. Don't do that again if you can help it. Just play here if you want to.
Okay. Okay.
Because all it does is give your opponent an additional forcing move and allow them to fix their bottom edge in Sente. Yeah, or the Tiger's Mouth at H1. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
But dropping straight down, it's very bad.
Okay.
Because they force you to connect, but they already fixed their own stuff, right?
Mm.
Whereas that doesn't happen the other way. In this case, it's okay because it's already fixed, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, they
towards this war round, I'm down to about 3 Byo-Yomis left. So
Oh, we died here? Oh
yep, yep,
no.
yep.
Oh, that's GG. Okay. How did this happen to us? How did this happen to us?
I think me playing in the B or D13 killed it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, you should really just make shape here.
yeah.
That's a good strong shape. It's the dog face, right?
Mhm.
Everybody's favorite shape is the dog face. And it has the additional bonus of being a peep to that cut there. So
Mm.
White's going to respond to it. And now you have nice connected shape everywhere. You
Mhm.
can even add one more connection here. if you want to. And then they played that way. Okay. So I guess my question is, why not just sack the one stone and make shape?
I was trying to prevent him from creating an eye for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little bit, optimistic. So white
Oh,
has white has an
and
eye here. White has an eye probably here.
yep.
So they already got their eyes.
I'm a very optimistic soul, if you haven't noticed.
That's a little. You trying to get rid of eyes that you can't get rid. Yeah, so
Yeah.
is this. This is very.
Yep.
Yep. Just not working.
Yeah. And I think this is where I lost it. So.
Even here, you have an opportunity to sacrifice one stone and connect your stuff together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was either like maybe a lack of time or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Oops. Well, my friend, that's all the games that we have for
Yeah.
today. Um, you said your schedule's cleared up a little bit.
Yes.
So I suppose I would say play a lot more
Got it.
than 3 games in 3 weeks.
Got it.
Um,
No, it was really bad these last 3 weeks. So
yeah, I get
it's
it. Same,
yeah.
same, same, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then as far as I would say you've learned Joseki that you need to learn.
Hmm.
So just be mindful, like as you're playing the Joseki, as you're choosing which Joseki that you know that you're gonna play,
Hmm.
just be mindful of what we talked about imagining the result of that Joseki and seeing who works better for you, you or your opponent. And then yeah, there's just a lot of little probably miscalculations in the reading in the middle game, but that's expected at your Q level. So you're doing just fine. And
Cool.
just remember, if I'm giving you criticism or feedback, this is not like, oh, you're so stupid. It's never like that. It's more
So
like,
stupid.
hey, here's the next level for you.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Doing great.
Oh,
I have a league game in like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna get set up for that. And
all
I hope you
right.
don't mind if we end a little bit early.
No, not at all. Best of luck on your league game. I'll be
All right.
excited to watch that. So
Thanks much. All right, talk
awesome.
soon.
See ya.
Bye. All right, and if anyone in the audience is a double digit Q and are interested in game reviews/lessons, you can sign up for lessons at my simplybook.me page. They are $10 for a 1 hour lesson. They're pretty reasonably priced. What we do is I go over your games from the previous week, 3 or 4 games, and I come up with an overarching theme that I think that you could really focus on to improve your game. And then we'll do a little lesson at the start talking about that overarching theme. And then I'll show you in your games why I think that was the most important part of this week's games. So that's what I do. You can sign up for packages of 3 or 10 or just one to try it out. And like I said, they're $10 lessons. So it's not going to break your bank. Otherwise, I just appreciate you guys hanging out and coaching my student during our lessons. That's fun.